Good evening, everybody. DW Pastor Barry coming at you from our living room, our big living room. I've never lived in a home that had such a big living room before. Yep, bigger, definitely bigger than the one we had in Canada that my parents still have to this day. Back in Northern Ontario, that's where I'm from. I'm a village boy. And hopefully you are as well, I'm on Team Jesus. I can tell you many reasons why, but one of them is because I like to be on the winning side. Don't you? Growing up, didn't you ever play games like baseball games and soccer and basketball, whatever, and it didn't matter. Some girls joined the boys, but usually it was all boys. And the boys would all line up and two captains would go back and forth picking players. And of course, you never wanted to be the last one because then it made you look bad and everyone thought you weren't as good as the other players. You always wanted to be the first one chosen. And you know what? You could still have a really good team and that didn't guarantee you the win. But the point being, I always like to be on the winning side. And with Team Jesus, I know I will always be on the winning side. And you can know that too. We're going to go to the Gospel of James. Oh, it's not a gospel? You're right if you said that. It's an epistle. There are only 4 Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The rest are all letters written to churches by several men. And James, they believe this James was the half-brother of Jesus Christ. Of course, his father would have been Joseph and his mother Mary. And they say he wrote this, and it's one of my favorite epistles in the Bible. I've read it countless times. Never get tired of it. It's 5 chapters of jam-packed goodness. That's all I can say. We're going to read from the first verse of chapter 5 down to verse 13 because in this teen-to-teen devotional here this evening, they want us to read James 5:13, which says, "Is anyone among you suffering? He should pray. Is anyone cheerful? He should sing praises." This is day 17 called Turning a Bad Day Around. And these are all written by Baptist boys, or a lot of them anyway. Brandon, I don't know if it's Bon or Bone, B-O-H-N. Brandon Bone, 16 years old, from Springdale, Arkansas. Good old Arkansas. I'm not sure if I've been to Springdale or not. But anyway, a lot of these boys are Baptists, and so you won't see them talk about casting out devils and laying hands on the sick to see them healed, because a lot of those denominations, churches, not every one of them, but a lot of them, and it's sad, but usually by denomination you can tell whether someone believes in supernatural things like what I just said or not. I was raised not believing in them. James chapter 5, starting at verse 1. King James. "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as if it were fire. You have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you, kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabbath," or Sabaoth, same thing. "Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh." It's coming closer and closer every day. "Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door." Sorry, I can't read tonight for some reason. Been hearing police cars and seeing police cars all day. I don't know what's going on here in Jonesboro. No idea. "Take, my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience." Here we go. "Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful, and of tender mercy. But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yea be yea, and your nay, nay, lest ye fall into condemnation. Is any among you afflicted? Let him pray. Is any merry? Let him sing psalms. Is any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church, and let him pray over him, anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord. Look at this. I love this verse. Let's end on verse 15. And the prayer of faith shall save the sick, and the Lord shall raise him up, and if ye have committed sins, they shall be forgiven him. One more verse. This one's even better. Confess your faults one to another, and pray one for another, that ye may be healed. That's one way to bring healing, confessing your faults. The effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. If that doesn't encourage you to have a good Christian walk and a good prayer life, I don't know what will. As my pastor would say in such a situation, if this doesn't work for you, if this doesn't float your boat, then your wood is dry. If the fire of God can't hit you on something like that, your wood is dry. Turning a bad day around. Young Brandon says this: my normal morning schedule includes me taking a shower immediately after I wake up. One morning, it wasn't until I was ready to leave home that I realized I was already 30 minutes late for school. When I eventually got to school, I remembered that I had forgotten to do some of my homework. Yuck. When I got to lunch that day, another unusual thing occurred. The cafeteria had run out of food. Then I went to baseball practice, and it turned out I forgot my gear. I'm sure most of us, if not all of us, have had at least one day like the one I just described. They have the potential to ruin your week. Then the next day, I got up on time and got to school early. At lunch, they served my favorite food. Coach decided to give us a day off. This was the exact opposite of the day before. James 5:13 says, is any among you suffering? It should be sick, actually, or suffering from sickness. He should pray. Is anyone cheerful? He should sing praises. All I had to do was pray. You shouldn't let one bad day ruin the rest of your week. If you continue to have bad days, change the way you are praying. If you have a good day, and even if you have a bad day, give thanks to God. He's right. Prayer is a powerful thing. If you are having a bad or a good day, if you are sick or healthy, if you are wealthy or poor, prayer is one of the most important parts of your relationship with God. High five to you, buddy. You're absolutely correct. That's a good one. Prayer changes things, because if it didn't, then why do we bother even praying, right? Well, Brother Dwayne on Team Jesus signing off. God bless you. Please share the videos around. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done that yet. And I will definitely be seeing you in the next Teen to Teen Devotional.